Hey, we're back.
And we're back. Welcome everyone back. Applesauce and Bologna. We took a little bit of a short hiatus after Miss Marvel, coming up into what is looking to be like a blockbuster.
Marvel-palooza.
Marvelous Marvel-palooza.
Woo, here we go. Buckle up.
Let's talk about it.
I Am Groot is out now. By the time you see this, I think She-Hulk will be right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for She-Hulk. They're already dropping those bits of Daredevil in the trailer, so now it's pretty much...
man.
I mean, we're living in a world where Matt Murdock is back.
Yeah.
We're going to get the Punisher back. We're going to get Wilson Fisk is already back.
Yeah, he's been back.
So we're getting a whole... I mean, it's like getting... It really is, with them bringing him back in... even if it is in an alternate universe, the old Netflix series.
I mean, we have multiverses now. Who
it's
cares?
really getting a chunk of the lore and the canon back.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited to see what, just like picking up a new book, for the people that are complaining about like, oh, it's different, they're changing this, they're going to Marvelize it, it's not going to be as dark.
So it's the Uncanny X-Men versus the
exactly.
Amazing X-Men.
I mean, if you're a real comic book fan, like hate to gatekeep here, but some people need to be left out. And I mean, criticizing those things, that is pure comic book.
Yeah.
There's multiple Daredevil runs that you can enjoy this Daredevil, you can enjoy that Daredevil. Kevin Smith's Daredevil isn't my cup of tea, but some people love it. But
it's all the individual writers. I mean, I remember reading runs of stories where like I was reading the Wolverine comic where the Punisher was in it, and then you go to the Spider-Man comic where the Punisher's in it, and there's a direct correlation of story because it's still the Punisher story going forward because it started in the Punisher comic, continued in the Wolverine comic, went to the Spider-Man, and he's a completely different character in all three
Wolverine
runs.
was the worst. Not to get on a tangent, but Wolverine was the worst. You'd have Wolverine hadn't seen the X-Men in years, having his stories in Japan. At the same time, he was
also in New
York. He was on 3 different teams. He was in the future and in the past. Like Wolverine was busy in the 90s. But no, like I love that we're getting this whole chunk of canon back. We're getting most of the good Netflix stuff back. We're gonna get we're gonna get at least Matt Murdock and the Punisher.
And
hopefully
again,
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are right behind. But really excited for that.
And again, it doesn't matter to me so much. It might matter to you. It doesn't matter to me so much that it might not be the direct continuation of the Netflix shows. What we got with the Netflix shows was so great, and it was
gritty and dark and its own
needed,
thing.
and it was perfect for what it was. Does it fit with the MCU? Not well. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Falcon Winter Soldier treads that line, and the Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier movie. So they are. I think we're going into a Marvel world that is going to get a little more gritty. I mean, there were definitely some darker, grittier real life themes. I feel like Miss Marvel.
It's going to be gritty, but it's also still going to have that light element to it.
Well, exactly. Miss Marvel had that. Miss Marvel had the really light, fun, 80s teen coming of age story, and had some really dark, dealing with the whole exodus of the Hindus and the Muslims from India and all of that Miss Marvel dealt with, which again, if you haven't seen Miss Marvel, such a treat. Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. I mean, I think these are gonna be important characters going forward.
Absolutely.
And what they represent, the different dimensions.
Loki, because we're gonna get another Loki.
Yeah, the different dimensions that they represent. You know, and I mean that in both the actual dimensions, the fun one, and the actual the depth of story that we're getting into. I mean, next up we've got Miss Marvel is over. We've got Groot is out,
which was so adorable.
Cute.
I don't know if you had a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah, very cute.
Just 5 little short 5-minute episodes.
It reminded me of the stuff with Doug from Up.
Yep.
The dog.
The little Doug shorts. Yeah. Just such fun-hearted little goofy.
My only problem with it was I wanted more. I felt disappointed that there wasn't more. But that's all right.
Especially for how short they were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's a little appetizer. I look at it as a little appetizer because then we're just going to get hammered until the end of the year. We're going to have She-Hulk. We're going to have Secret Invasion.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever is right around the corner.
I mean, there's so much, and then what they released then at Comic-Con, and I have a little screenshot here because there's too much to remember. We got Quantumania, we got Secret Invasion, we got Echo, we got Guardians 3. Loki season 2. We got the Marvels. We got Ironheart. We got Blade. We have Agatha, House of Harkness, which I don't think it's called House of Harkness anymore. It's a different Coven of Chaos.
Coven of Chaos.
Captain America: New World Order. We got the Daredevil show that's going to be like 18 episodes.
And that takes us all the way to what,
Thunderbolts?
24?
Oh yeah,
we're
we're easily into 25 at this point.
But I mean,
and then we get the Kang Dynasty.
Yep.
And
that was the big drop since we've last applesauce and bologna. It is we've been saying Kang, 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 and it's coming. Kang is coming. They've given us a title. They've given us a date.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about Kang. Because I'm gonna backtrack.
Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Kang?
Yes, I'd like to give you the good news about our Lord and Savior Kang the Conqueror. No, I was thinking about that on the way over. That man, they are really heavy-handing us Kang. Mm-hmm. It's really making me wonder what. Because we're going to work backwards here. Because I want to talk about Quantumania.
You think they're Lokiing us?
I think is Kang Loki. Are we
not actually Loki, but
right.
But like Loki in the sense that there's a larger bad guy.
There's a bigger bad. I mean, is Kang? Are we gonna get Galactus? Are we gonna get like what's coming? What is what are we getting from Kang the Conqueror? Are we just gonna get a guy we got teased in Loki, who is just so awesome? He has something up his sleeve for every single one of the superheroes' powers because he knows everything that's going to happen. He's got like ultimate Iron Man tech from the far future.
Yeah.
And that would be a great movie, and that would be awesome. And I'm sure we're going to get some fights. But I'm really starting to think that Kang is like a classic if Kevin Feige, like sort of bait and switch where we're looking at Kang, and then we're going to get something else over here. Like, are they saving Doctor Doom? Can Doctor Doom be bigger than Kang? Like, who could they, if we were getting crazy, who could they bring up? I've heard some rumblings about MODOK.
I did hear that MODOK is supposed to be in Quantumania.
Maybe, yeah. I think, and then
people
is that Jim Carrey? That's what I heard.
The speculation I heard was it was actually going to be the guy that played Alexander Cross from Ant-Man.
Okay.
That he gets sucked in the quantum realm, and because the way that he's all weird, now he's all technological. And
from the very first Ant-Man, the Wasp.
The
Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket. Yeah. Oh my
God.
Cross. Darren Cross. And he was I love that actor, and I would love it if he came back and reprised that villain.
That's the
that'd be
theory
great.
that I heard. I'd love to see a Jim Carrey. I think that'd be funny if you wanted to bring that element. But if you want to tie all the Marvel together, you bring in the guy that played Darren Cross, and you have him
that would be pretty
play
cool.
this weird quantumly entangled
being.
Which explains why his head would be bigger than his arms, and he'd be all weird.
Because that's how he got squished up when he got sucked into his suit.
So I'm totally on board with that
goodness.
theory.
Yeah,
I would love to see if that happens.
Okay.
Again, me with the MCU, I'm fully on board for whatever they do. I really enjoy it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Kang isn't enough.
Yeah.
I'm not like a kid who's like there for waiting for my Kang Christmas, to open up my brand new shiny out of the box Kang the Conqueror for Christmas.
But you will.
But I just have this feeling like there's another big bad out there that Kang the Dynasty. They've got something up their sleeve. Like
so, I mean, there's.
Because we know we're going to get the Fantastic Four. We're talking about a bunch of Spider-Man movies. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have the Fantastic Four, if you're going to have the Thunderbolts and the Avengers and like ad nauseum superhero groups and probably the X-Men, I'll bet you by 2024 we're going to have the X-Men for
and not
sure.
Just the cartoon. And not just the cartoon.
No, if we're getting the if we're getting that now, we're going to get.
And supposedly Giancarlo Esposito is in talks with Marvel, and people are speculating that they're looking at him for Professor X, which could be interesting. I'd love to see him play a Magneto too, because I love him as a villain.
Yeah. He would be. Oh, he would be great as pretty much anything. Do I want him?
Right.
That's the real question. Do I want Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X more or as Magneto more? I don't know.
Right?
I would take it.
Right.
I'll take all the Esposito I can get.
He's a brilliant actor. I'm
Yeah.
going to love seeing him
He's great.
wherever he pops up in the
But no,
MCU.
that's cool. That's cool. What other news you got for us, like leading up and into and involving Quantum Mania? Because that's where my sights are set. I'm excited about She-Hulk. I think it's going to be a great procedural. I hope it has some shades of like Boston Legal and Night Court.
Yeah.
I hope there's such an opportunity. Some of our favorite comics that they really didn't get to delve into or that they've had to modify, like Damage Control they can't do now that Damage Control is like a real sort of villain in an institution because of Spider-Man, Homecoming, and Miss Marvel. They can't do some of the humor from Damage Control. And then what was that show about the people who did all the legal stuff for the DC Heroes Supers?
Oh,
was that Alan Tudyk was in?
I don't.
But I think She-Hulk has an opportunity. And I love that they did this. They pulled a Deadpool move in the last She-Hulk trailer.
Yeah.
We hadn't talked about this, but she looks to camera. She breaks the fourth wall. Yeah. So she's the first Marvel character,
first official MCU character
to break that wall.
Unless you want
to consider, the only other one other than Deadpool.
Well, unless you want to consider what Wanda did in Multiverse of Madness, a fourth wall break where she looks at the camera. Not technically a fourth wall break.
It's Sam Raimi powers.
But She-Hulk is
that her powers activate? Is that her powers or is that Sam Raimi?
Yeah. She-Hulk apparently in the comics, full disclosure, I have not read She-Hulk comics.
Yeah, I read a few. I'm not the
apparently that's something that she does. Apparently she is a fourth wall breaker. So other than Deadpool,
she's always had a sense of humor. She always had because they went another way, whereas Hulk was sort of this mindless brute. She had like a Spider-Man level wit. Yeah. So she got some really good. She has some good zingers. Yeah. So I'm excited. to see that.
Well, I think
in the comic book she was She-Hulk all the time though. So
that's what I remember.
The switching out from, I think that's more to curtail the special effects budget, but I think that they're going to work that into the story.
Yeah.
I feel like by season 2 or 3, Jennifer Walters will be full-time She-Hulk.
Well, I mean,
once they get the mapping down. But I'm okay with it switching back and forth. That's one of those things that you can't tell me it's not She-Hulk because she's not She-Hulk all the time. Though, it's like, it's fine.
It's something that they can work with, though, because it is different. But the Marvel Cinematic Universe that they're doing, I think it lends itself that, people are angry about the Professor Hulk that we got, and they're angry about the way that Bruce Banner is sometimes Bruce Banner, sometimes. This is an opportunity for them to tell us why sometimes Bruce is the Hulk and sometimes he's Bruce, and maybe at the end of the show she decides that she's just going to be She-Hulk and not Jennifer Walters.
Because that's always been been part of the Hulk story, and for people that are saying that, they obviously haven't read as many Hulk comics as they say they have, and they don't get what the Hulk is, because the Hulk has always been about dealing with your inner sort of like your inner rage or ego or what have you, and how that manifests it. You're strong. What makes you strong makes you weak, and controlling that inner strength that you have.
Honestly, is something that I really wanted to see in a Hulk movie that they really not
and they haven't. Well, because of the rights, they haven't been able to do it with the Hulk, and I think we're going to get in. And I hope that we get that. I love, I just blanked on his name, the actor for the Hulk, Ruffalo. I love Mark Ruffalo.
Tim Roth.
He hasn't really gotten a chance to have other than Ragnarok, to have a whole movie where he can play the Hulk. I think we're going to get that in this show. Because I think especially maybe season 1, we're going to get a lot of Mark Ruffalo. Probably more Mark Ruffalo than we got in all the Avengers movies combined. So I'm excited for that. What else is coming down what's coming out? I know there's another TV show after She-Hulk, like right on its heels. Is it Secret? Are we getting Secret Invasion yet?
I don't think we're getting any more TV until we get the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Right. That was, but the Christmas special is considered canon. I mean, James Gunn directed it. Right?
I mean, as far as I know, yeah.
So I mean, are we getting? You think it's gonna be kind of a Christmas special, but kind of a tease into? I gotta believe that they're gonna weave something.
I definitely think it's gonna be like
I think we're gonna get a
2.5 or a 3.0.
I think it's gonna be a present to us. I think they're gonna give us a little nugget to get us excited for the next year. If that's what they're doing there.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't think there's any more TV until, because I think we have She-Hulk, and we have.
They've changed the schedules on us a couple times too.
We have Wakanda Forever still this year. I thought there was one more thing.
Is it Guardians?
No, Guardians isn't until next year, I don't think. I'm going to have to go and check the schedule. There's been a lot of moving. We've been trying to keep up with a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, She-Hulk should be out today.
Yeah.
Or last
She-Hulk's
week.
moved a couple times. They've now moved Andor a couple times. Everything's just in this perpetual state of like finding the
man, and we can't wrap up this episode, this extra long, before we're back to doing remote episode without talking a little Andor.
Yeah.
Pretty confirmed kind of what I knew we were going to get, which is more Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
We're going to get a good bridge between, if you're familiar with Saw Gerrera, that's the what's the actor's name? Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. You always do that to me. I have it until you ask me.
Forrest Whitaker, awesome character from Rogue One, who is teased a little bit in the Rebels, and also
he's in Clone Wars. He starts in Clone Wars with his sister. That's where the whole disillusionment starts, and then he's in Rebels.
Yeah. So if you're priming for Andor, you need to go see those episodes.
He's in everything since Clone Wars on.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have why have a dramatic heavyweight like Forrest Whitaker in the show if you're not going to use it?
Yeah.
I'm excited about him. So excited for Skarsgård as this jaded whatever sort of old school Silver Fox Han Solo he is, like pre-Han Solo he is. I am here for it.
Yeah.
The ships, I'm here for it. I think Andor is it's gonna be the new Mandalorian. I think it's gonna be the show.
Yeah, I really think it's gonna be a sleeper. People aren't expecting anything from it, and I think it's gonna.
It got to be cool.
It's just gonna do its own thing and be awesome. They're already talking about a second season of it, so they already have a storyline that they have planned. The Obi-Wan second season is kind of up in the air right now.
What a great way it can tie in Ahsoka. We can get to we could get to see some Rebels.
There's so much that could be. Ahsoka can show in this. The Bad Batch can show in this.
Sabine, Ezra. Because this is during that time.
Oh, it's absolutely during that time.
Andor would be happening concurrently.
It's leading
with
up
Rebels.
It's leading up to Rogue One, so it's directly
Andor is what Andor is doing during Ezra and Kanan and all their adventures. We're talking the Rebels TV show, which I think is must-see TV at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's a rumor going around that Cal Kestis might show up.
He could.
So it's just who really knows at this point.
I'm excited for Andor. That's the TV show I was thinking. You were on the Marvel trip.
Yeah,
I was like, I know we're getting another one.
Sorry, I was very hyper focused on.
That's my birthday present.
On the Marvel.
Because my birthday's in September. Yeah. That's when Andor's coming out. Yeah. I am so stoked.
Yeah.
But anything else?
Close
the lunch pail for today.
Really, the rest of the year is Marvel and Star Wars. They're going to knock it out of the ballpark. We unfortunately don't have a lot to talk about with DC because DC is a dumpster fire right now. I'm sorry, WB. I hope you get your stuff in order. I love your stuff, and I'm hopeful for the future of what you can do. Until then, I'm happy with what we
I'm
are
so
getting.
sad. I wanted to see the Flash. I wanted to see the Flash movie.
Well, we might still.
Batman.
We don't know what's going on.
I'm sad.
We're gonna leave it at that because we don't want to get too deep into our emotions about what's going on with the WB.
I'm just confused.
Properties.
I'm just like, I just want mom and dad to stop fighting, and so we can have Christmas. That's all.
I know.
That's how I feel about WB.
Us as fans, it's like I know you guys are worried about your business and your money, but just
want it to be good.
Give me the fun stuff.
I want it to
be
good.
I'll watch all of it.
I want to get into DC. It's just hard to have your hopes set on anything. There's a couple things I've heard about it. If the rumor I heard that they're going to do the Joker. The Joaquin sequel as the musical. I'm here for that. So when we know, we'll talk about DC stuff. But right now it seems like they
don't know.
They've closed the curtain on us.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Right. Go fight the Wicked Witch and come back with her shoes.
Right on, man. Well, I'll see you from Wyoming next time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a couple remote episodes here coming up. So hopefully we'll be able to time ourselves a little bit better.
Yeah, talking She-Hulk. I'm excited.
Ironically, it's easier for us to find time to get together to do these episodes when we're 500 miles apart.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but
you just don't like it.
I don't. You smell it. That's true. Yeah. So on that note, we'll see you next time, guys.
See you.